if you decide to start being racist and threaten teenagers, they may knock your ass out. That may happen to you. That is a possibility. White people built this country. A racist spewed slurs at a grocery store, got decked by a black teen, and he gets charged with a hate crime. Good. A white Chicago man faces hate crime charges after allegedly attacking a black 19-year-old who has autism inside of a grocery store bathroom after telling the teen, white people built this country. Philip T. Jort, an ex-Marine who now works as a security guard, was standing at a urinal inside the bathroom at Pete's Fresh Grocery Market when he allegedly began hurling racial slurs at the teen who was washing his hands. You see the picture. Now this is an ex-Marine. He's a current security guard, and he decided to become aggressive with a random teenage teen. Jort allegedly tried to prevent the 19-year-old from leaving the bathroom, that's kidnapping, and punched him in the stomach while continuing to yell racial slurs, the newspaper reports. The 19-year-old exited the bathroom after a struggle in which he punched Jort at least once, knocking him to the ground. I don't condone violence, but I do condone self-defense. And the only thing that's wrong with this story, other than the obvious, is that we don't have a person recording it. We do have the report. Here's more. Jort then followed the teen out of the bathroom and continued to throw punches, but did not make contact, prosecutors say. After two off-duty police officers working security at the store intervened, Jort called one of them a racial slur. Jort later explained that he does not have a problem with all black people, just certain ones when they act a certain way, according to prosecutors. He also admitted to being intoxicated at the time of the incident. Hey, listen, don't let that liquid courage get you in trouble. So he was intoxicated, according to him. I believe him. I won't debate that point. But that only made him more of who he actually was. It gave him the freedom. He was able to release the barriers. And he sees, think about this, a random 19-year-old kid simply in the bathroom washing his hands, a kid with autism, who acted in self-defense. Now here's what I'm happy to report. The black kid wasn't arrested. The white man, the white racist male went to jail, got charged with a hate crime. This is how it should go. Obviously, racist people should not do these things. But when they happen, when the unfortunate reality happens, they should go to jail. And they should be charged with a hate crime when there's a clear indication that this was all racially motivated. It happened the right way. This is not the norm, though. This is abnormal. This is the anomaly. Ms. Dahl, what are your thoughts about it, about this case?
You're right that it's great that he did get arrested, and he's going to be facing a class 4 felony in Illinois, which would punish him 1 to 3 years in jail, $25,000 fine, education, and a family would be able to sue also as a result of this. But it struck me too, we're talking about here an ex-Marine who had significant combat training. And the fact that he's kind of going after this 19-year-old is very disturbing. And also the judge agreed with you there. I don't know why defendants sometimes claim intoxication as a defense. I've heard this come up before and it never works. But the judge here said actually that was a truth serum. And thank goodness this is being prosecuted, and maybe this will at least change this one person. If indeed he gets some education training, maybe he will turn his life around. I mean, you could only hope.
Well, or maybe the ass kicking already changed his mind. Because I promise you, he's not gonna run up on random 19-year-old black kids anymore. He won't try that again. So I think he's already learned somewhat of a lesson. Would you not agree?
I absolutely agree. I wish we could have seen the fact that the 19-year-old actually knocked him down. And again, we're talking about an ex-Marine here. I thought, gosh, that teenager got some really good self-defense training. Yeah. So once again, we highlight these dynamics of our culture
these societal norms because we have to turn around the narrative. It should be normative that if you are fighting a black teenager or anybody and you're launching racial slurs, you need to be charged with a hate crime. That enhances the crime. But then we have the ridiculousness in Utah of a 19-year-old college student who decided to crumple up a paper that said "back the blue." She gets charged with a hate crime for intimidating the police officer. No violence, no physicality. It's not even against the law in most states. It's just a really weird law there. But that's the game they play. So when you make an accomplishment or you push the needle in one arena, they come back and they say, "Oh no, we don't want you to have a hate crimes bill unless we have a hate crimes bill." They did the same thing in Georgia. Georgia passed a hate crimes bill 2 years ago, and the only way they could get it passed, I'm talking about Democrats, was to agree to allow the police to also get a hate crimes bill. The only way they would allow it to happen. Real interesting stuff.